September 13th.
It's great to be a kid, but sometimes the world can be a scary place. So when that happens, I use my secret weapon, a parent.
The world can be scary for kids. It can be scary for adults, too. You hear about kids running into violence all the time. In the news...
2 gunmen seized the bus yesterday, demanding $1.5 million and a helicopter for their escape.
On the streets...
And our heart goes out to the family of the boy, 16-year-old boy who was killed in Reseda, and also the little boy last night who was shot coming home from the Dodger game. We ask ourselves why. They took my niece.
And even in school.
Word of a student allegedly carrying a gun triggered vivid memories of a terrifying nightmare. 2 years ago, Scott Pennington gunned down his English teacher and a janitor at this same school.
The increase in youth violence has left many parents concerned about what might happen to our own children. And it can cause a lot of worries for young people, too. But there is a solution.
And it begins here, on the playgrounds and at the home.
The way to prevent violence is to start early. With love and guidance, we can fight the fear and prevent a lifetime of violence. According to experts, children form 80% of their moral values by the time they reach the first grade. So parents have to get them off to a good start.
In this program, we're going to talk about ways kids and parents can learn to fight violence.
Let's start with something basic, something we all have to learn to deal with.
Anger.
I get angry. I get angry.
I get angry.
I get angry.
I get angry.
I get angry.
I get angry when my brother jumps on my back.
I get angry. I get angry. I get angry. I get angry.
I get angry when my cousin calls me names.
I get angry when my sister goes in my room.
I get angry when my brother throws me up against the wall.
When I get left out of things and people don't remember me.
When people ignore me and make fun of me.
When my sisters don't share.
And people bother me.
People leave me out, and when people pick on me and stuff.
When I get teased.
And people call me names and stuff like that.
Everyone gets angry sooner or later.
Well, sure they do. Anger is a natural emotion. Feeling angry is just as normal as feeling happy or sad.
Think how weird it would be if you lived in a world where no one ever got angry.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning. Today's a big day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've worked 2 weeks on this presentation. Today I have to turn it over to the boss.
Oh, I'm afraid you'll have to take the bus this morning. I totaled the car yesterday.
That's okay, dear.
Good morning, Mom and Dad.
Good morning, children.
Mom, can you sign my report card?
Oh, let's see what it is this time. All D's. Well, that's better than last time. Oh, Dad, your report. I'm so sorry. It was an accident.
That's all right, sweetheart. Accidents happen.
Mom, where's my favorite jacket?
Oh, I threw that one away. It's time to get you a new one.
I love that jacket. Oh well, Sonya's best.
This family is the greatest.
Things like that never happen around our house.
Well, that's because it's normal to feel angry. Here's what would probably happen.
Good morning, dear.
Good morning. Today's a big day, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I've worked 2 weeks on this presentation. Today I have to turn it over to the boss.
Oh, I'm afraid you'll have to take the bus this morning. I totaled the car yesterday.
You totaled the car?
Good morning, Mom and Dad.
Good morning, children.
Mom, can you sign my report card?
All D's?
presentation.
Well, what was your stupid report doing on the table anyway?
You should never feel ashamed of angry feelings. Anger lets us express our true feelings about things, but you can't show your anger by hurting people or destroying things.
But when I'm angry, I feel like hitting or kicking something. How can I be angry without going crazy?
Well, the best way is to use your words.
You mean like how you used your words the day you hit your thumb with the hammer?
Well, sort of. You shouldn't use those words, but talking is a great way to let those angry feelings out. Here are some other things kids can do to express their anger.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Try counting slowly to 10. Sometimes all you need to do is take some time to relax.
I like to try exercising, like running and jumping when I'm outside.
And very small children who can't quite use their words yet can pound pillows, hit pounding toys, or mash Play-Doh to express feelings. The important thing is that you stress that anger is never to be shown in ways that hurt people or property.
I get angry. I get angry when...
I get angry.
I get angry.
When I get angry, I just try to talk it out.
Go upstairs to my bedroom and just close the door.
Or go tell my mom.
Go up to my room, jump up and down until I feel better. I'll mostly go up to my room and play Nintendo. I run around the house and stuff. I tell someone. I go upstairs in my room and start cleaning out my closet. I yell and scream, jump up and down. I just try to get the anger out. I go up in my room and count to 10.
And parents, be careful how you express your anger around your children. Remember, children are imitators. They're constantly watching you for clues on how to deal with their own angry feelings. Children who learn to deal with angry feelings in aggressive ways may be more likely to resort to violent behavior when they're older. Believe me, I know it's not always easy to set a good example when you lose your temper. Don't be afraid to admit to your child when you've said or done something wrong in the heat of the moment.
Like the hammer thing?
Yes, like the hammer thing. I should have used nicer words, or I should have counted to 10. It's important that we as parents give children the guidance they need to manage their anger.
It doesn't sound easy.
It's not easy. Even grown-ups have problems controlling anger, but if we can do it, then anger can be a good thing. We can learn from our mistakes much better if we stay in control.
Peace on the Playground will return after these messages.
Friday, October 6th during 13 Youth. Get ready to tour the Big Apple.
And now back to Peace on the Playground.
It stands to reason that if parents use violent behavior to solve differences among themselves or with their kids, their children will grow up and use that same behavior to solve their problems.
Violence in the home is bad news. A home should be a safe place for kids, not a place where they are afraid of what their parents might do to them or what they might do to each other. It's tough to be a kid. Sometimes we make mistakes. No kid should ever be hurt because he did something wrong.
But even if you handle problems in your house with care and understanding, there may still be violence in your home. The average child will witness 8,000 murders and 100,000 other acts of violence before the 7th grade, all in their home. They'll see these things happen on television.
If you watch too much violent shows in the future, you could start doing violent things. There's all this like shooting and stabbing, kicking and punching. There's too much fighting and beating up and all that. They have a lot of bad shows that kids shouldn't watch. I think they're exciting and I would just like them. can be violent because a lot of fighting and blood. Some of them are good and some of them ain't. My parents don't let us watch that kind of stuff. Some of it's good for kids, some of it's good for grown-ups. There's always kicking and punching and hurting, and people are always dying.
It's extremely difficult to let your child watch television without being exposed to violence. It's important to teach your child how to watch the right television programs, just like you teach them, well, how to eat the right food.
Super Helper! Tired of all those violent programs for kids? Then get ready to meet the hero who solves problems with his brain. It's time for the adventures of the sensational Super Helper! Give me.
What seems to be the problem, little girl?
Help me, Super Helper. This monster stole my lollipop. Go ahead, bash him once.
But he and
Bash him? I think not. I prefer to talk things out and work for a peaceful solution.
But he stole my lollipop. Smack him.
Now let's try my way first.
Stay out of this, Super Helper. It's none of your business.
What seems to be the problem, Mr. Monster? Why would you want to take this little girl's lollipop?
Why'd I take her lollipop? Why'd I take her lollipop? Well, 'cause I'm hungry, and monsters love lollipops.
Now, don't you know it's not polite to steal candy? You should have asked the little girl nicely. Why not?
'Cause I was afraid that she'd say no.
And what would you have said, little girl?
Well, I do have an extra lollipop. Would you like it, Mr. Monster?
And what do you say?
Thank you, little girl, and thank you, Super Helper.
You're my hero.
All in a day's work. Remember, kids, violence is the last resort of the ignorant. Now I must get back to my patrol.
I know why there aren't programs like that on TV. Who'll watch them? Without fights, they're boring.
Well, violent shows are popular. They wouldn't be on TV if people didn't watch them, and they make more money. But it's important that you remember that the things you see on TV are only pretend.
What do you mean, pretend?
Well, when they have fights on TV shows, it looks like people are getting hurt, but they really aren't. Watch this.
Yeah?
That looked pretty painful.
But the thing you have to remember is those fights aren't real. They're staged by professional actors and stuntmen. They work hard to make fights look like the real thing, but they also work hard to make sure no one gets hurt. That's all part of the job of the professional stuntman.
Somebody gets killed, that it's just nothing more than for entertainment. But if they, if they try something that's difficult, they could get seriously hurt.
I guess kids should be careful about believing everything they see on TV. If you see something that confuses or scares you, you just use your secret weapon, your mom or dad. They'll give you the real story. Peace on the Playground will return after these messages. Now it's time to get serious. Let's talk about guns. Guns may look cool and sound cool, but they are very, very dangerous.
Less than half of the 44% of parents who own firearms bother to keep their guns locked up safely. Every day, 100,000 students carry a gun to class. Every 2 days, guns kill the equivalent of a classroom of American children. Despite tougher gun laws, it's not difficult for a child to get a hold of a gun if he or she wants to.
Some kids even take a gun with them to school.
There are lots of dumb reasons why kids do that. Some think they need protection. Some just want to impress their friends. Others are looking for respect. Well, if you're caught taking a gun to school, here's someone who will give you all kinds of respect. No one wants to see kids arrested. That's why it's important to teach kids about the danger of guns. And it's a lesson that you're never too young to learn. If there's a gun in your house, then make sure it's in a place where children can't get to it. But even if you don't keep guns in your home, you still have to make sure that your kids know how dangerous they can be. They might find a gun in their friend's home, somewhere outside or in school.
Cool, it's a toy gun. We can play cowboy.
This is something you should never do. Never touch a gun, even if you think it is a toy. Someone could get seriously hurt. If you find a gun, stop what you are doing and leave the area immediately. Run to the closest adult and tell them what you have found.
Wait, it could be real. I don't think so. Better safe than sorry. Come on, let's go tell your mom.
I started playing with guns when I was real little. Toy guns, that is.
Well, so did I. I had lots of fun playing cowboys and Indians when I was your age, but now it's a completely different world.
So do you think kids shouldn't play with guns?
Well, many parents think so, but there's one problem with that.
There is?
Yes. Kids can be very, very sneaky. Take, for example, this model weapon, a semi-automatic paper towel tube. Or here's another popular model, the Lego Special. Or perhaps the most popular weapon of all, the handheld finger revolver.
So parents are powerless?
Not necessarily. A compromise is for parents to monitor their children's war play and watch for signs that things are getting out of hand. Encourage them to talk about peaceful solutions to pretend arguments. If you must buy your child a toy gun, choose a less realistic one that isn't associated with a popular TV show or character.
So parents can let their kids play with toy guns and still teach them about how dangerous they are?
Exactly.
Sounds like you guys are the sneaky ones.
Well, we were all kids once. Besides, it's our job to keep you safe.
Good luck.
As parents, we can't just sit back and expect our children to grow up knowing the right choices to make. Right now, homicide is the third leading cause of death among children ages 5 to 14. We can't afford to waste a single moment of their young lives ignoring the violence around us.
Peace can begin on the playground. If kids and parents work together to find solutions to violence, we can all have a better, safer future.